Let's take some sample problems in parallelogram and rectangles. Remember, you're treating perimeters and areas of plane shapes. On the screen, we have a parallelogram where two sides are given 15 centimeters and 22 centimeters, and the height, or rather, the distance between the perpendicular distance between two parallel sides is given as 12 centimeters. And we are asked to calculate the perimeter and the area of the shape. We know that the perimeter of a parallelogram, is simply what? Let's take this as our A and take this as our B. Perimeter is supposed to be A plus B plus A plus B, the total boundary length, which translates into 2, or rather, let me say, which translates into 2 into A plus B. Let me erase this. Okay, so that's it. Now, if we use this, we can say that the perimeter will be what? If our A is 22, our B is 15, this is 22, and this is 15. I think if you look at this carefully, this should give me 74. Or you make use of 2 times A plus B, that will be 2 into 22 plus 15, which is what? 2 times 37. And that will give us again 74. So that's the perimeter. I'll write this out neatly. So that's it there. Perimeter is what? A plus B plus A plus B. 15 plus 22, 15 plus 22, that's 74. Or you take it as 2 into 15 plus 22. And that gives us 2 times 37. That's it for perimeter. How about the area? The area of a parallelogram, we said, is what? The area of a parallelogram, let's just put A there, is what? Base times height. We are given two sides, 15 centimeters and 20 centimeters. Which of these will serve as the base? I can't use 15 because if I use 15, I don't know the height. The height is supposed to be the distance, perpendicular distance between the base, if I'm taking 15, and the opposite parallel side. And that is not provided. Rather, I can use 22 as my base because the perpendicular distance between that side and the opposite parallel side is given as 12. So the area of this parallelogram will therefore be 22 times 12. And that's what we have there. So you can see for the first one that if I'm going to calculate the area using 15, what we have is that we don't know the base. So instead, why don't we use 22, where we have the base as 12. And 22 times 12 gives us 264. So you can see the idea of saying that it is one thing to have your base, another thing for you to know the corresponding height. That's it for that problem. Let's look at another one. Here we are told to determine the value of h in the parallelogram below. We can see the two sides given 8 centimeters, 15 centimeters. And also the two heights are indicated. One is 6 centimeters. That 6 centimeters, you will agree, is corresponding to the 15 centimeter side as the base. And while the h, which is there, is corresponding to the 8 centimeter side as another base. Which means if I want to find the area of the parallelogram, I will be very right if I say the area of the parallelogram is equal to 15 times 6, because that's the base and that's the corresponding height. Of course, I can also say that the area is what? 8 times h, which is 8h, because again, this is the base and that's the corresponding height. Now, since both of them represent the the area of the parallelogram, it therefore means that 8h is the same thing as 15 times 6, which is 90. From here, I can solve for my h. I can get my h here as what? I can simply say that my h is what? 90 divided by 8, by dividing both sides by 8, because we have here 8h is 90. Let's write this out neatly. So we can see the area of parallelogram is base times height, and 15 times 6 qualifies as the area of that parallelogram. 8 times h also qualifies as area of that parallelogram. Now equating both sides, 15 times 6 and 8 times h, we have that 90 is equal to 8h, and from there we have what? That our h is 90 divided by 8, and then the height h, which we were asked to find, is obtained as 11.25. Let's see the next question. Calculate the area of the parallelogram PQRS. PQRS. Where is the base and where is the height, since you are looking for the area of the parallelogram? Since you're looking for the area of the parallelogram, the first thing that comes to our mind is, oh, area of the parallelogram, we'll need the base and we'll need the height. So if area, base times height. Unfortunately, we can't find the height. Rather, we have been given the two adjacent sides and the included angle, 68 in this case. And we remember that when the two sides are given, you call this A, whatever you like. Sorry, let's call that B. And you call this your A. And what the angle in between is given. Remember, we said then that the area will be what? Base times, the product of the two adjacent sides times the sine of the included angle, which is sine 68. So here, you will agree with me that the area of the parallelogram will be what? 12 times 7 times the sine of the included angle, sine 68, which is still the same thing as our base times height. 12 is my base, 7 times sine 68 will be my height. If 7 is my base, 12 times sine 68 will be my height. So I've done nothing wrong. So that's it there. Remember we said this, that area is AB sine theta. Product of the two sides, sine of the included angle. Applying that, we have 12 times 7 times sine of 68. And that takes us down to 77.82 centimeter square. I'm sure we are enjoying this. Continue, and you just keep learning more. Here we have that the length of a rectangle is 3 times its width. If the perimeter is 72 centimeters, calculate the width of the rectangle. This is rice and beans. I'll quickly make a sketch of my rectangle. Always the best thing to do. This is my length and this is the width. I'm told that the length is 3 times the width. We are given the perimeter as 72. What is the perimeter of a rectangle? Perimeter, we know, is length plus breadth plus length plus breadth. Or you simply say it is 2 times length plus breadth. That's all. What next? We are told that the breadth, which is the width, B for W, then L is 3 times of that. So we are going to have perimeter as what? 3W plus W plus 3W plus W. And we have been given the question that the perimeter is already 72. So no hassles. 72 is equal to 3W plus W is 4 plus 3 is 7 plus another W is 8W. And that gives me 8W is what? 72. Dividing both sides by 8, as I was taught in nursery 2, That will be 72 divided by 8, and that gives me 9. So the width of the rectangle is 9. If the question had demanded for the length, then that would have been 3 times 9, because we're told that the length is 3 times the width. Let's write this out neatly. So that's it there. The length is 3W, perimeter is 72. Therefore, perimeter will be length plus width plus length plus width, or we use 2 into length plus width. Still the same thing. Here we have 2 into, in place of length, we have 3W. So 3W plus W gives us 4W. Multiplying that by 2, I'm very sure you are following there. There. Yeah. L is replaced there as 3 times W, which is 3 times the width. And then this plus this gives us 4 width. 2 times that is 8. And we say, okay, if that's the case, we have been told that the perimeter is 72. So the 8W is 72. And we go on to divide both sides by 8, and we obtain 9. Clap for yourself. You've done so well. This is the 5th video clip on mensuration of plane shapes. 5 to go. Do not tire out. See you in the next video clip.